So, guys, if you remember, yesterday we have seen a brief introduction about XPath and its locators, right? Let us continue this particular topic on XPath itself with a few more syntaxes in that. Basically, in an XPath, the syntaxes which we are going to use are following, sibling, parent, child, etc. We are going to use all these things in an expand. So let us start using this particular one. Okay, following is used specifically for all the elements in the document on the current node. The syntax for this particular one is slash slash tag name open braces at the rate attribute equal to its value. This is the regular XPath syntax itself. On top of this syntax, we need to add slash slash. Okay, so here we need to add slash slash following. It's up to you what exactly the following thing you want to use. You can use any tag name. Let me show you this example syntax. Let me show you this example in a browser. So here, let me identify these text fields. So it has an ID property. So here, slash slash input open braces at the rate ID is equal to. I have identified my text field. Slash slash following. What is the next text field locator? Even the next text field locator tag name is input and the button tag name is also input. Let us see here. The button tag name is also input. Following input. So I am asking it to identify its following input. So whenever we have identified its following input, it is stating that there are eight different inputs right after this particular username field. One of eight. Okay, this is the one. And if you click on the next one again, it's coming as something different. The third one is the password field. If you observe, the password field is the third one. Fourth one is the login button. Okay, fourth one is the login button. Fifth one is the checkbox. Sixth one is a hidden. Seventh one is a hidden. Eighth one is a hidden. So if you clearly observe, 3 and 4 are our required objects. I know that 3 is an index. So I can surround it with a braces. Open brace of an index number. Automatically the respective object will be identified. 4. The respective object will be identified here. So the bottom line here is we need to use an XPath syntax slash slash following by an defined tag name. One more point which we need to consider is if there are multiple objects with the same property, then we have to surround it with this braces locator and you need to specify the index here. We just need to specify that particular index here. That's it. That's a simple point how you need to identify all the things. Okay, so here, okay, that's fine. This is all about a following concepts. And then the next one would be a preceding, or we can go with a following sibling. Okay, following sibling. So what exactly the following sibling means? Sibling means objects are at same level. Whatever the objects are at a same hierarchy, we can consider them as a siblings. So let me show you that particular one. So W3 schools table example. So I'm just showing you this one basically. Right click, inspect. So let it load. See here, all these inside a TR, there are multiple TDs are there. So all these are under the same current node itself and all are at a same level. We can treat them as a siblings. Okay, we can treat them as a siblings here. Okay, so sibling means at a same level itself. So here, instead of using this following, I can use following sibling of input. See here, basically, the two siblings for this one are, it is displaying like this. There are two siblings. The password and the username are not on a same tag for this particular application. They have a design. Okay, for this application, they have a design. For suppose I opened a bing.com, let me inspect these text fields input open braces at the rate id following sibling of input. So whenever I have identified this particular sibling, the two different siblings are getting highlighted here. See here, all this is inside a form and the siblings, whatever it is identifying inside a form, and it has a div tag also. See, form is the main tag. Internally, it has all these tags. For suppose, if I change this tag name to div, all the siblings on this div will be highlighted. So within this current node, how many divs are there? See, this is my tag. How many tags are there in parallel with that? It will identify all those things here. Okay, it will identify all those things here. Okay, so this is all about a following sibling. Okay, following sibling at a same level, syntax, and an example. I have specified the example. The syntax would be like this: following sibling of a tag name. I have specified that. It identified that particular thing. And the next one is the parent. See here, for suppose this is what my object is. See here, where is my object? So uh, this is what my object is. For suppose this is what my object is. For this one, I just want to identify the parent tag. So in such situations, parent. And what is the parent of it? Form. So whenever I type it as a parent of a form, so whatever the root tag is there, the parent tag with a name as a form, it will switch to that. So if I specify div, there is a no parent for this with a name as a div. That's the reason it's not populating. As this is a child and form is a parent, directly the form is getting highlighted here. Okay, directly the form is getting highlighted here. It will select the parent node. Example, syntax, parent of a tag name. That's it. Automatically the parent will be selected there. Okay, that's fine. And then there are two more things which, of course, we are not using that much in the real world, but we will be using that, which is a child. Not that much frequent you will use, on a high level, you will be using that. See, assume that this is a bing.com and this is a fur property // label open braces at the rate of fur equal to. I have specified that slash slash child of SVG. Okay, child of a star. So whenever I have mentioned it as a star, for this particular object, there are four different childs are there. The first one is a SVG, the second one is a path, the third one is a circle, and the fourth one is a path again. So whatever the child tags are there, it will be identifying those tags basically. Okay, for suppose if I identify this, which is this form, for suppose this is a form, right? Slash slash form open braces at the rate ID equal to slash slash child of a div. How many divs are there inside this form? It will identify. How many inputs are there inside this form? It will identify. It's up to you. Whatever the tag you have specified, it will be identifying those many tags. But the bottom line out over here is child means inside that particular object, how many child objects are there? It will be identifying that. Inside that parent node, how many child objects are there? It will identify all of them. Example, syntax is slash slash child of tag name. That's it. I have specified this syntax. Gets. And then the two more things that we need to consider out over here is and just. So the next one out over here is and just. So what exactly this means? So selects all the parents and grandparents for the current node. Okay, above that, how many parents are there? How many grandparents are there? It will be identifying that. The syntax for this one is almost looks like one and the same. So the syntax out over here, instead of this child, I can use and just. That's it. So let me jump on to a bing.com and let us see this example. So here, this is the thing, slash slash input open braces at the rate ID equal to and just of a form. See here, whatever the parent is there, it will be identifying that. If I give it as a div, div is a super parent for this particular one. As I have mentioned, it will be identifying its parents and as well as a grandparent. It is directly identifying the root parent for that particular one. Okay, the root parent for that particular one, it's just identifying, and there are four different objects. If I give it as a form, then immediately the parent tag will be identified, whatever the parent. So it's up to you, whichever the tag you want, you can specify it. Whether you want to specify a parent tag or you want to specify the grandparent tag, it's up to you. It will be identifying that. Okay, cool. And then the next one is a preceding, which will select all the objects before the current node. Whichever comes before the current node, it will be identifying that. Okay, the syntax again will be one and the same. Instead of this and just star, it should be preceding. Let me jump on to an example on this particular one. So here, instead of this one, preceding of input. See here, this is what my actual object is. For this, the above inputs are, it's identifying all those inputs on top of that. Okay, it's identifying all the above inputs on top of that. That's it. Whatever the things are there on top of it, it will be identifying all those objects. That's it. Cool. So these are the various types of XPaths whatever we have, and among which in the real world you are going to use this following sibling, parents, child most frequently. Others we will be using depending on a need, but these are the things which we will be using most frequently in our real world, guys. So these are the different types of XPaths and how the XPath is used in the real world. So it's mandatory for us to understand and to practice these concepts on it. Am I clear for you till now, or do you have any questions for me, guys? Cool. Done the deal.